I finally got the pictures from Charlotte. She had some interesting photos as well. I'm having trouble figuring out how to download it from her email and get it on my computer. I know I downloaded them and they went somewhere, but I'm not exactly sure where. So I'm going to bring the pictures up here and show you on the computer. And because it's hard for Charlotte and myself to get together, I'm putting everything together here, but to get her comments, I'll have to find her at another time so we can discuss the conclusions, but you'll be able to see for yourself. This is an interesting picture that, well, I'm going to turn the camera around and I'm going to let you look at it. This isn't, like, I've been waiting to see this particular picture, but oddly enough, it's a different picture that I'm really fascinated about. And it was one of the very first pictures, again, headed down into that corner where I got my weird guardian guy. So this is her first really cool picture. I'm going to spin this around. There we go. What, to me, it looks like, she thought it looked like a blue piece of plastic or something. It could even be one of those trail ties that some people put into trees. It's hard to say. It looks like a blue piece of plastic or something tied in. But when we zoom in, and hopefully it looks like a woman's face if you're looking at it the right way. You can see this dark section where the fingers are touching is an eye. This highlight is like her forehead. The nose comes down. You can see her chin. It looks like she's got dark hair that's parted. And this piece that comes down, in my eyes, now if I can bring it in closer, whether I'll be able to keep, I don't know. It almost looks like it could be like a nun or a Victorian woman's face with like a veil on. I automatically thought that it kind of reminded me of Mary. I don't know. Yes, you know, I can understand that when you come back here, like it's something tied in the tree. But elementals use what is around them, and if they want you to notice something, they will make it blatant. This is the side of the road where we heard the crows. I don't know, you can almost see something in here somewhere, but hard to say. It's just one of those, got a really cool picture of something. Is it more than just a piece of blue plastic? We're not really sure. So I'm going to go into the email and download, so I'll stop for a moment till I get the next picture up. There we go. This, I believe, is the uncropped picture. So that other one appears to be the same picture. Here's the little blue section. So she had cropped it for me so that it was easier for me to find. But still, yeah, you can see when I come in this close, it's getting quite pixelated, but there it is in the normal way that it presented itself, and I'm not sure if I'm seeing anything in the woods behind or not. Oh, possibly. No, whatever I thought I saw in this corner almost looks like there could be something in here, but no, I think that's just my eyes playing tricks. I'll go find the next picture. This is kind of a amusing picture, really. You can see the branches are hanging down, and in this particular, if you look really quickly, it kind of looks like someone walking in the field. Now, we know exactly what it is, but eerily, it kind of looks like someone's creeping across the field in the back. You can't say this is something, yes it is or not. It's very interestingly the bottom of a branch hanging down, but it also looks like there's somebody creeping around in the back of the cemetery. There's the full view of it. We know exactly what it is, but it's just an interesting little anomaly, especially when you're going through pictures, and then all of us, I'm sure Charlotte was like, oh, what is that, when she was looking at it. I mean, you can definitely tell it's the branch of the tree hanging down, but it does have a really cool effect. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else that's catching my attention. I'm not really noticing anything else in this particular photograph other than that's a really cool little creepy dude. You know, it's just an interesting, oopsie doodle, little picture, and I'm going to go see if I can find the really excellent photo. Okay, now here was probably one of the first groupings of pictures that we took. And I remember her saying she thought she saw something, but we weren't sure, and she'd taken a couple of pictures, and it's right here. Oh, maybe a little pixely there. It looks like a little girl creeping around the side. You can almost see hair and stuff and everything. Very, very interesting. The thing that I find very interesting about this is that down in behind that tree, there were some ornaments that are stuck in the ground. One looks like a giant sun. There's other little things, but this appears to be coming in front of the actual tree. Now, as I'm filming this, my camera is pointing and trying to get a face right here. Now, I'm not sure what it's trying to focus on, but it believes it's seeing something. So I guess there is right here a little something shining, and it kind of looks like a face. This also here looks kind of like a bearded man. I'll go back out again. It's just very interesting. And although I know precisely what this should be, I find it interesting that it does come in front of the tree. And you can almost see like her hair. And it does look like a little person peeking around the tree. I'm going to have to douse and ask if this is someone in need. Although when I asked about the picture before, but I was specifically asking about the thing that I had seen, not specifically a little girl peeking around a tree. So I will douse to see if that is something or not. See, even right here, there's a little bit of something kind of, hard to say what that is. But this little girl thing, I find, it's kind of creepy, but small enough to be an elemental. We know that there are ornaments back there that it could possibly be, but they weren't near this tree. They were way behind in, I don't know if you can see the area back here. So if I come out behind the tree, I'm trying to think how many feet that would be. Probably like 3 giant steps, which would be what? 3 yards maybe? And set up behind this little bush and behind this tree area, there's a small group of like lawn ornaments on wires. So it's hard to say what it could be, but that is incredibly interesting. So go back all the way up. There we go. There's the stone that we put the recorder and stuff on. Oh, actually, so this would have been the second, not the first group of photographs. Because these have been moved, it would have been in the second part of our investigation. So this would have been halfway through the investigation. Very, very interesting. I don't know what I can conclude from it, other than it is incredibly interesting. Okay, here's the original part to that photograph. And the part that she cropped is back here. I didn't realize it was from that far away. So there she is there. So you can see when you're looking at photographs and trying to find anomalies, this was actually quite a wide angle that Charlotte had cropped for me where she'd found. But interestingly enough, when I was looking, I can see a face here. Quite a large one. Mouth, nose, eyes. Hard to say. But when you're actually trying to find things and you need to scrutinize everything, it does take a while. I'm trying to see if I can see anything back in that area that's in behind. It's not really maintained. There's a lot of stuff back there. Could be anything. Ooh, there's a spooky dude. Hello. Trees and branches. That looks interesting, but oh. No. Very, very interesting. I like this. I like the blue lady and I like the little girl very, very much. But to make a conclusion from this, it's very difficult, other than we found some really cool pictures that make us say, wow. I'm going to contemplate on this, and hopefully I will be seeing Charlotte in a few days. Maybe we can do a conclusive, this is what we think. But like I say, it's very hard for us to get together and do this together. I will have my sons working on getting these put up, and we'll decide on what kind of a rating this has between 1 and 5, 5 being incredibly excellent and 1 being, oh really, you call yourself investigators? Perhaps you'd like to give us your version of a rating, what you think, 1 out of 5, what we got. We would love to know what you think. Okay.
So you're going to be, oh yeah, there's Vern.
There we go. I say, hi everybody, I'm Michelle.
I'm Charlotte.
And this is our good friend Val from Peaceful Arts. She's
Hello.
Joining us today for our conclusion of what we thought from our results from Weird Willy. I'll let Charlotte take me.
Well, we got some interesting pictures, which you will be seeing. When we actually took the pictures, we didn't really see anything in the pictures, but when we looked at the pictures and then blew them up, lots of interesting stuff came out. So you'll be seeing those. You'll also be hearing about, I think you already talked about the equipment malfunctions.
Yeah, we had 3 equipment malfunctions, the glitch on the camera lens, the voice recorder shutting off twice, and the weird picture that got split and flipped and turned around. So it was 3 equipment malfunctions.
Here comes a motorcycle. Yeah, you had the camera. I had the interesting photo of once I blew it up, it looks like a little blue glowing face, which will be seen. There's another one that looks like a little child looking around a tree. Kind of a little Chucky kind of looking thing.
Or
a
as
bit creepy.
Or as my son said when he saw the picture, "That's friggin' creepy, Mom."
There's also another picture that I actually haven't been able to find again, and it had a picture of a face in the trees. It was quite clear the first time I looked at it. Now I can't find it, so I'm going to have to go back again and look for it. So you'll probably be seeing that one later on.
Okay, and Valerie, you've seen the
Yeah,
videos
I
and the
watched all
evidence?
of the videos, and I found them very informative and very interesting.
Oh, thank you.
And even though, you can't prove anything, does it really matter when, there's obviously things happening? And really, that's all the proof that we really can get most of the time.
Well, yeah.
I know there's readings on different pieces of equipment that can help, but so I really thought it was very informative and interesting. And I love the pictures and all the little faces in the pictures. And the thing that I find interesting is it's not just what you could see, it's what you can feel when you're looking at. Even from just looking at the pictures, I wasn't there personally. And I could feel the energy in those little faces or in those little beings very clearly.
Oh, yeah.
So it does, you can tell it's more than just a picture. There's
And
energy behind it.
Yeah, and you use your pendulum too.
I dowsed for each picture to see, was this someone that needs to cross over? Is this, an elemental who's helping? And with the ceremony that we did do, everything was all right. The little girl is not necessarily a little girl. She's also an elemental, and it said that she's fine and does not need to be crossed over. So anyone worrying about the little girl, she's okay. I'm just wondering, I did have a friend contact me about the blue lady, of which you've seen just before this, and she just automatically said, "Oh, that's William's mother." And I thought 1901, the veil looking like a Victorian woman, that's very possible. And when I dowsed, it did say yes, and it did say that she did not need to cross over, that she was just there observing what was going on and letting us know that I guess she agrees with what we were doing. So Valerie, do you have a rating between 1 and 5 of how you think we did?
Well, I would give it a 4. And you might go, well, without real proof, how do you give it a 4? But there seemed to be a lot of activity. There seemed to be, to me, the energies were with you, right?
Yeah.
They weren't trying to hide and stay away. They clearly came and participated. And so to me, that means you're doing really good work. And so to me, that's a 4.
Well, thank you.
And I only didn't give a 5 because I thought, well, who how do you give a 5?
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we first finished the session, I would have given it a 3 because I didn't think we'd actually found anything. I hope we could hear over that. But now I think it would be 3, 4, kind of maybe 3.5, I guess, because we got some good images when we actually looked at our pictures. And like I say, the equipment malfunctions were weird. So, and of course, just the feeling of it. And I think for the fact too that it was our first investigation, it was our first video. I think, wow, we did a darn good job.
Oh,
really.
I totally agree. Like you say, I thought a 3 at first too. Like we can't prove anything, which we never will be able to. With the evidence we did find, and it wasn't just one picture. There was a lot of pictures. The electronic malfunctions is also, like Valerie was saying, that is something that they can interfere with. And there was 3 really unusual anomalies with the equipment, and I think somewhere between a 3 and a 4.
Well, yeah.
And I think 2 3.5s and a 4 probably would give it a 4. And very soon we'll be going on our next adventure.
I think to get a 5, we'd have to come face to face with an apparition.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And then we wouldn't be able to report it because we'd have a heart attack. And I'm glad we did this one during the day.
Well, yeah.
Because it just shows you that you don't need to be creeping around in the dark to be
Get
able to
stuff,
find something, that they're there no matter what time of the day it is. And we may do a nighttime show, but we're not sure how the camera will deal with nighttime. But I think this next one is a little cemetery.
Yeah, it'll be more of an evening kind of twilight, which is be a whole different energy again. So
It should be exciting, and we'll talk to you again probably within a week or so.
yeah.
That's it. So thanks for watching.
Bye.